And if I refuse? My darling, you are my daughter. Refusing was never in you. The torch's gutter. Blackout. Scene 2. Jerusalem. Years compressed. 860 to 841 BC. Fast images. Athaliah arriving in Jerusalem, walking palace corridors with the ease of a conqueror. A small Baal shrine, then a larger one, then larger still, burning now on the hill, drowning the temple's fire and smoke. Priests of Yahweh scattering, court officials bowing to her, not the king. Narrator VO. She came to Jerusalem like a vine, quietly at first, then into the stone itself, until no one could say where the palace ended and Athaliah began. She married the king, she outlasted him. She raised a son, Ahaziah, and put him on the throne and ruled through him like a puppeteer who has forgotten she ever needed a puppet. For years, she was the most powerful person in Judah, and she had not yet done the thing she would be remembered for. Smash cut to. Scene 3, the Valley of Jezreel, 841 BC. Battle, chaos, blood and dust. Ahaziah, Athaliah's son, barely 23, rides hard through the carnage, an arrow in his side. Narrator VO. Ahaziah went north to visit his cousin, the king of Israel. He chose the wrong week. He chose the wrong God. An arrow finds him. He falls. He lies in the dust, looking up at the sky. He mouths something. Then, stillness. Scene 4. Jerusalem, the throne room, moments after. A messenger kneels. Athaliah stands at the center of the room. She has heard the words. She does not cry. She walks, slowly, deliberately, to the throne, sits in it, runs one hand along the armrest. Court official, carefully. My lady, the matter of succession, the royal children. Athaliah, quietly. Yes. Long pause. The royal children. She stands. Bring me the captain of the guard. The court official goes pale. He understands. Scene 5, the palace, that night. This scene is sound and shadow only. We do not see the act, only its edges. Running sandals, a child's voice. Silence. Another door. Orders given low. More silence. Athaliah stands in a corridor still, listening. Each silence tells her something is done. Narrator VO. She killed them all. Every prince, every royal child, every drop of David's blood she could reach, her own grandchildren, cut from the earth like a farmer who denies the enemy its harvest. Beat. She had learned well from Jezebel. Her mother never did anything by half. Dawn begins at the window. Athaliah turns toward the throne room. She passes a bronze mirror, looks at herself. The face that looks back is her mother's. She doesn't flinch. Scene 6, the temple, the same night. But in the temple, a different story. Jehosheba moves through the dark at desperate speed. In her arms, a bundle of cloth, breathing, small. She reaches a storeroom deep inside the temple, pushes the door shut behind her, unwraps the bundle. The infant Joash looks up at her. Jehosheba whispering, Shh, you don't know what you are yet. You don't know what you carry. She presses him close, but I do. She looks up at the temple ceiling, the same ceiling that has arched over Solomon's house for centuries. Barely audible. They will not find you here, in the house of God, hidden from the queen of Baal. She begins to rock him, a low hum, not a song, just a prayer too urgent for words. Blackout. Scene 7, the temple, 6 years later. A small boy runs across the storeroom floor. Joash, now nearly 7, stops when he sees Jehoiada watching him. He straightens, serious. Jehoiada, who are you? Joash, son of Ahaziah, son of Jehoram, all the way back to David. Jehoiada, and David was promised what? Joash, reciting, a child's cadence, that one of his sons would sit on the throne forever. Beat, is that me? Jehoiada looks at this small boy who has never seen a flower, never walked in sunlight outside this building, the last living guarantee of a 400-year-old promise. Jehoiada, quietly, tomorrow, my son, it is you tomorrow. Scene 8, the temple courtyard, dawn, the 7th year. Sunrise, guards positioned, gates shut, a crowd gathering, priests, Levites, captains of the royal guard, all of them holding their breath. A door opens. Joash walks out into full morning light, a royal robe, a crown placed by Jehoiada's own hands. The courtyard goes still. Then one voice, then 10, then the whole city. Crowd building to a roar. Long live the king! Long live the king! Horns. The sound rolls across Jerusalem like thunder. Joash stands in the center of it all, 7 years old, blinking in sunlight, listening to a city that had been waiting for him without knowing it. Scene 9, the temple gate, moments later. Athaliah pushes through the courtyard, moving fast. She stops. There is Joash, alive. Her face breaks, disbelief, then calculation, then something that might be the first genuine fear she has ever known. She tears at her robe, Athaliah screaming, "Treason! Treason!" The word rings off stone. Every eye turns to her. She is still magnificent, even now. She has spent her life spilling how to fill a room. Athaliah, to the guards, "This child is dead. I killed him myself." She stops. She has said too much. Jehoiada steps forward. Jehoiada, calm as a man who has waited for this moment. Take her out of the temple. Not here. Take her to the horse gate. Athaliah looks at Jehoiada, then at Joash. The boy is watching her. Between grandmother and grandson, something passes. We cannot name it. The guards take her arms. Athaliah does not struggle. She walks, head up, spine iron, out of the temple, into the sun, for the last time. The horse gate. The city's working entrance, the gate for animals and commerce and ordinary life. Athaliah stands here, robe torn, crown gone, looking out at Jerusalem. Athaliah, quietly to herself, "I almost had it." A breath. "I almost had it all." The horns from the temple drift down across the rooftops, still celebrating, still ringing. Her gods are silent. Only that sound, the sound of the God she spent her life fighting, fills the air, as Athaliah, last of Jezebel's line, meets her end at the horse gate of Jerusalem. Blackout. The temple, after. The throne. Joash sits in it, officially, formally, in the full sight of Jerusalem. Jehoiada stands beside him. Jehosheba watches from the side, tears she will not wipe away. Joash, low, just to Jehoiada, "She really killed everyone?" Jehoiada, "She tried. She almost succeeded." Beat. Almost is the most important word in that sentence. Joash nods, 7 years old, a king, the living proof that a promise made to a shepherd 4 centuries ago was not forgotten. Closing. Narrator, darkness. Narrator VO. And so the line of David survived, by one child, by one woman's courage in a dark corridor,
by a priest's 6 years of silence, by a storeroom in the house of God where a queen's wrath could not reach. Beat. Athaliah had tried to erase history. She did not understand that some stories are held by a grip stronger than any throne. Beat. And 1,000 years later, in a careful genealogy written by a man named Matthew, one name would appear in the line leading to a carpenter's son, Joash, the boy who was hidden, who kept the promise alive for the one who would fulfill it. Final beat. One child in a storeroom. That is all the margin there was. That is how thin the thread of grace can be. Fade to black. Silence. End.